Other news tonight, the Vatican's investigation into the Buffalo Catholic Diocese is now complete. The Bishop of Brooklyn was here. He interviewed dozens of people, including Bishop Richard Malone's former secretary. Tonight, our I-Team Chief Investigator Charlie Specht asks Siobhan O'Connor about what she took away from her meeting.
Whistleblower Siobhan O'Connor finally had her interview with the Brooklyn bishop tasked with investigating the Buffalo Diocese on behalf of the Vatican.
So I said, okay, it'll just be me and my guardian angel, and I went in there with good faith.
But Bishop Malone's former secretary says she was taken by surprise.
I'm trying to still be optimistic about it, but it wasn't what I expected kind of from start to finish.
The phone call to set up her interview was made not by the Brooklyn Diocese, but a Diocese of Buffalo priest. The greeter for the interviews was a local deacon who is known as a supporter of Bishop Malone.
It just didn't seem as separate from the Buffalo Diocese as I thought it should be. I really thought that this was going to be an entirely external investigation from start to finish.
DiMarzio also interviewed whistleblower priest Richard Biernat and Father Bob Ziliaks. Ziliaks urged Malone to resign.
Afterwards, we were laughing and saying that they'd put the three of us all in a row. It was like the troublemaker sandwich.
O'Connor said the substance of the interview was confidential on DiMarzio's orders, but she says the tone was surprisingly open-ended. She expected questions regarding Malone's handling of sexual abuse.
The fact that there weren't as many of those questions was surprising to me.
DiMarzio isn't speaking about the interview, but O'Connor says she's heard of no abuse survivors who were interviewed, while plenty of priests got FaceTime with the bishop.
By my calculations, at least half, if not more, would have been priests. And I would imagine the majority would be those who support the bishop. So I'm just wondering, what did Bishop DiMarzio hear? Was it overwhelmingly positive? That would be a real cause for concern.
After her interview, O'Connor says she recognized the two people who were on tap to meet with DiMarzio next.
And they were both people that I know firmly, staunchly, enthusiastically support Bishop Malone. And I remember thinking, did the Buffalo people schedule it that way? So after he talked to the three of us, he'd have two cheerleaders in there? I couldn't help but think that.
The Brooklyn bishop will now submit a report of his findings to the Vatican. For the I-Team, Charlie Specht, 7 Eyewitness News.